a nightmare, Mark.
Morning, Andoni.
Good morning.
Good to see you bright and early. On Monday, you made it quite clear you want a striker, you're desperate for a striker. Everyone at the club was working hard to get a striker in this window because of the injuries to Enis Anal and even Ilson. How close are you to getting a striker?
Right now, there is no news. There is no news. I think it's difficult in the market. It's difficult because it's a specific position that no one wants to get rid of number 9s in the winter market. At the end, it's a position that you normally sub a lot and you always want to have just in case. But the club continues to work on it, and we have still a lot of days for a market. 10-15 days is a lot of days, yes.
Do Simon and Thiago have a list of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possible options?
But not in the number 9. Even in positions that we have fully covered, they have lists. It's their job. They work and we have lists for every position, for every... now, especially now in the winter market, the most difficult part is the availability. Because we know a lot of very good number 9s, but the great majority of them are not available, especially now. So the club, I know that is working on it. From my side, I have a very, very busy period, so I'm more worried about what is going to happen on the pitch, especially, and how to prepare, yes.
When you look at your recent form as well, 7 goals in your last 2 games without a striker suggests that you do have options, you do have other players that can come and step into the void.
Yeah, I think especially this season, probably past season we were like Dom Solanke was scoring more goals on his own or finishing more. I think this season everyone has been contributing, the amount of chances has been even bigger, and we don't depend exclusively on one goal scorer. Or I think everyone is having chances. I think as long as we continue playing well, we have good volume. Someone is going to score goals. I don't care if it's the number 9, the fullback, the whoever. And the big problem is, or the big issue is, continue playing the same way, and I hope we can do it.
I know obviously a striker is a number 1 priority. Are there any other positions, defence, midfield, that you potentially like to add to, maybe a goalkeeper?
No. We are not specifically targeting nothing apart from the number 9. But I always tell, when the market is open, you never know what's going to happen, because you can have a chance tomorrow or this afternoon and some great player appears available and the terms are nice. Why not? But no, I think the winter market normally doesn't change too much the squads, and I don't expect, apart from that position, I'm not expecting nothing else. No.
You've seen Max Aarons and Philip Billing leaving this window already. Has there been any other interest or approaches from other clubs for any of your other players?
I suppose, but I don't know. I suppose, because they don't tell me everything and every negotiation and every time they talk to agents and to clubs, but I think it's normal things in the especially in the Premier League, no? But right now we are very, very, very short of players, so we cannot lose anyone else, no?
Let's look at the injury news.
Yes.
Any players coming back to the team? Because I know you're obviously suffering quite significantly. Have you got any big concerns or players that might be in contention for this weekend?
No. We are not going to recover anyone from the other day, no. It's just 3 days, so no.
And in terms of your recent form, you've obviously been superb. You're on this incredible run at the moment. 9 games unbeaten in the Premier League, which is a club record for the top flight. Absolutely sensational. How have you done that with so many injury problems?
I think the big merit is from the players that we have now healthy and available. I think they have all the excuses that are available to take them, but they are deciding not to take them. and to keep fighting and to keep doing their job and something else and extra and what is needed and in whatever position we need them and in whatever condition, and if they are tired or if they are deciding to keep going and to keep fighting, and I admire them because it's not easy, because normally the body, when you are tired or the tells you, take a breath, you have all the excuses that are available to, nobody will tell you anything but they are deciding to keep fighting, and I hope they keep going and at least until we recover more bodies, yes.
You're in great form. Your opponents this weekend are also in great form. Newcastle have won 9 out of 9 in all competitions. 10 for them would be a club record. Now, you've got a little bit of history for going to places and achieving records, breaking records, and so on and so forth. How difficult a game will this be, bearing in mind the way both sides set up?
It's going to be a very, very difficult game. They are flying. Right now they are flying. They have players in a great form, especially, Isaac is scoring, Gordon is scoring, is creating a lot of chances. The midfield is super strong. I think they have a very good squad. I think everyone, or almost everyone, is available also, and 9 games in a row winning is very difficult in any division, in any competition, but especially here. It's very, very remarkable, and it's gonna be a very, very tough game. But also, I think we are well. We are in a good spot, even if we are short of numbers. I think we ran a lot the other day against Chelsea. We finished super strong the game, and I think we are also ready for the challenges.
Just a couple of final ones. Obviously, we know about your connection to Eddie Howe. We know that he's been a big influence on you. You've been a big influence on him as well, and the way that he sets his sides up. Have you had the opportunity to speak to him much? I know you spoke before you joined Bournemouth, and there had been a connection, but obviously I know you're both busy, but it feels like there's a lot of the teams mirroring each other in the style and the philosophy and the way they transition.
We tend not to speak before the games. No, I think the 1 or 2 weeks before, when you play each other, I don't think there is a communication there, and probably we will speak later and we will discuss like more calmly or whatever it happens. I think he's a top coach. He's doing a great job there. Every season that has been there, even past one that probably looks a little bit, for me they were very good, they were playing very well. The problem is we have to face them tomorrow, and I hope we are at the level, because especially at home, also the atmosphere that they create in the stadium, they normally start the game super strong. They are used to score early, especially at home games, and put you under pressure, and I think it's important we can survive these first 10-15 minutes where they really create the atmosphere to overrun you, to intimidate you a little bit. But for me, it's a challenge also as a manager to face the good ones, and definitely Eddie is one of them, yes.
And just finally for me, announced this morning, Erling Haaland has signed a 9.5-year contract at Manchester City. Now, as someone yourself who signs very short-term contracts, could you ever imagine committing to one club for that length of time? And what does that say about the business of football more so than what happens on the pitch?
It's strange. Definitely, it's strange. It's a very, very long one. I coming from a club where players sign these kind of contracts. I can tell you, I remember now the last one, Soyan Sanzet, even Iñaki Williams, even in my times, Julen Guerrero, players that signed, I think, 8, 9, 10 years contracts, and they've been very happy there, and they played they are playing, no, all the season. So if he's happy, I suppose when you sign this kind of contract, it's because I suppose he's very happy there, and he sees himself there for a lot of years. I think it's a good thing for both, yes, for Erling and for the club, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Andoni,
Chelsea, they haven't won in 5, having been second in the table, and everyone was talking about them being title challengers. And a lot of people now are saying maybe that run of results is because the title talk got in the players' head. So with that in mind, are Newcastle title challengers now?
It's a big question, eh? You make me. I think they are not so far, no, from Arsenal, for example. That Arsenal definitely are title challengers. I think it's not a question for me. Probably you need to ask Eddie the question, and I think they are playing so well that it makes you ask me these questions, because they are beating everyone. Also, they've done it in a run of games that it was not easy. They beat Arsenal, United, Tottenham in this period, games that are not easy, and they've performed better than them. But I don't know. I'm not brave enough to say it. I don't know. I cannot tell you. No.
You told us before you always watch the reverse fixture, the early season fixture in the run-up to this. So when you watched that this week, how did you react when Dango's goal was overturned? Did you throw something at the telly, or has time eased that pain?
No, it doesn't change. No, what I think about that play, I think everyone thinks the same. Even the referees, when they give you the report after, the goal should be a goal, and we should have won that game. But it has passed. I'm been much more complaining more about what happened in Stamford Bridge in the last goal. After watching everything, and I see it very clear that it's a goal that has to be disallowed. Very clear. They will tell us in 2 weeks. Now they don't tell us in 2-3 days. Now they wait 2 weeks. They have recently told us the Fulham goal we scored from Healy was a legal goal. Nothing changes, but it was a legal goal. They said this in the report. I think we are losing a lot of points because mistakes of the referees is what I think, and is what I, now that you ask me about the Dango's goal against Newcastle, not arguable decision, no. Decisions that after 2 weeks they tell us, no, you were right. And it's a shame for us, yes. I hope, no. They always say, no, it balances at the end of the season. It's a big balance now. We will have to resave a lot in the other side, but we'll see.
Tell me about when you've got those frustrations, and then you've got the frustrations with the injury list. How important is it to keep a positive, optimistic front in front of your players, and how difficult is that?
I don't think it's difficult, because they are feeling themselves on the pitch very well, I think. They are seeing, okay, we have this problem, but we are playing well, and we are finishing well the games, and we are getting the points, and we are. So even if we have there the excuses quite available, I think they want to keep in a good run of results and compete against the top teams, and I see the ambition of the players, no, to keep growing individually as a team, and I think it's very nice to see them, such young players, a lot of them, like adding this maturity. Yes.
All teams suffer injuries, but I noticed that the table of teams, the total pressures in the final third, the 2 teams at the top are you and Tottenham. And you and Tottenham have been particularly hit by injuries. So is it that style? Does it make injuries inevitable? Did you know a spell like this would come?
I've always played this way, and it's the first season really I have problems with the injuries. I've never been in this situation before. No. It's the other day we were talking. Is I think my 7th season as a coach, and Unals is my first ACL. We were talking, and it's a big, like, you feel very bad, even if it's something like, okay, can happen and this, but you never want one of your players, no, to go through these injuries. I think it's not just Tottenham or us. You see Brentford, they are suffering the same. You see Arsenal, they were suffering the same. You see half of the teams in the Premier League, they have 7, 8, 9 injuries. But in a very short squad that is ours, we suffer it more than others. Because, I don't know, Chelsea the other day had 6, 7 injuries, you don't notice. Because they still have 23. So you cannot talk, we have 6, 7 injuries, and for us it's a big deal. It changes a lot, no? The perception. I think definitely the busy schedule plays its part. At the end we are playing every 3-4 days, especially these months of December, January, and the demands of the competitions and the way we make the players play are very demanding for them, very, very demanding, but for every team. And I think the business, the football business is accepting, okay, we are going to lose a lot of players in the meantime, but there will continue being games. So it doesn't matter if we have the injuries we have, the games will go on. So we are kind of accepting this as a business, and we have to adapt and keep going, and it's what we are trying to do.
And for this weekend, does the team essentially pick itself? Is it just a case that every senior player you start?
Yeah, I think it's not going to be the most difficult starting 11 to guess. No, I don't think, no.